But what makes you so, you know, so active on Twitter, so engaged with the world, so engaged with your art, and yet be able to commit to what's happening around you? Not every artist is like this, unfortunately.
Because I am alive. And it's very easy to flow with the flow.
Yeah.
Even a dead fish can go.
Yeah.
But to swim against, you have to be alive.
Right.
I am alive.
Yeah. And I think it's also a way for you to demonstrate to yourself that this is what I believe in, this is what I stand for, at a time when there are decreasing numbers of people like you.
It's very important because, especially because I'm an artist, and I believe that I have not reached where I have or on a stage just because of my talent. It's because of the love of the people, the investment of the society, the writers, the journeys which chiseled me. And I think it's my responsibility for the trust they have in me to be a voice to those who can't speak as loudly as me. So it's a conscious effort. It is my conscience which says that you need not be silent, you should not be silent, because I strongly believe history may forget who has committed crimes, but history will never forgive those who were silent.
Right.
I don't want to be
Absolutely.
silent.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your experience as a actual political candidate this time? I mean, you didn't just talk, but you actually walked the talk. What was that experience like?
You see, when I was in college and when I came out and when I was in theatre in Karnataka, I had this great opportunity to meet a lot of writers, thinkers, and my mentors were such, like Tejasvi from Karnataka, Kuvempu, who's a Jnanapith Award winner, a great poet, Lankesh, who was a great editor,
Yeah.
who was this thing. So we were politically very strong then. Even we used to do a lot of theatre, street theatres, and we used art because I'm one of those guys who doesn't believe that art is for art's sake.
Right.
There's a very interesting Palestinian poem. The recent poem I would like to tell you is somebody asked the poet that why is there so much politics in your poetry? And he says, if I have to write beauty in my poetry, I need to listen to the birds. And in order to listen to the birds, the roaring sound of the warplane should be silenced. So when I'm hearing the roaring silence of sounds of warplanes, naturally there'll be politics. So I'm chiseled that way. And over the years, as I was growing, when I saw my friend, a co-traveler, Gauri Lankesh,
Yeah.
the daughter of my mentor, when she shot,
Just for speaking.
just for speaking.
Speaking.
So I said, when I was burying her, I said, I'm not burying her, I'm sowing her. To let the world realize that when you bury a voice, a stronger voice will be born.
Wow.
And that's my journey, yeah.
Yeah. I think we should applaud that. But, I mean, that was a very painful period. Personally, otherwise, you've also suffered a personal loss, I know, of your firstborn, I think, which I cannot imagine what that must feel like. But there's so much pain that you've seen also.
Why don't you look at it? I'm richer with pain too.
Yeah.
Okay, pain is a very personal thing, whether it is my friend Gauri or my son Siddharth. But then I just can't become selfish. I have daughters, I have family, I have a profession, I have people. As a human being, I have a life, and I am accountable for that too. I would rather share my joys than my pain, because it is a personal pain, and I don't want to brood on it.
Right.
Some wounds are deeper than flesh,
Yeah.
and I think you need to live with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there must be some moments where you just...
Yeah, I'm human. It
Yeah.
disturbs me, it hurts me, it makes me feel very helpless. But then, let's find reasons to live. Death is eventually there,
Right.
always, yeah.
Let's talk about your work, because I think I feel you're one of our finest actors, but a lot of Hindi cinema goers only know of you as this larger than life villain. And I remember once Salman Khan told me that the villain always has to be larger and bigger than the hero, otherwise there's no fun in bashing him up.
I
Is
know.
that? But your body of work is tremendous. I mean, and I don't think anyone can surpass what you did in Irrever. I think Gautami will agree with it as well.
You did a wonderful film. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that kind of cinema that you do, and then you also do the more popular one, popular work. Does it take a tonal shift?
No,
how do
you
you
should, you
just
should look at
walk
it
across and do everything?
where you are working in an Indian theatre or cinema scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, both are audiences, a different
Right.
entertaining element. I think actor, you just can't be arrogant and say, I'll do only art cinema, I'll
Right.
not do commercial cinema. I can do a Kanjivaram, I can do an Iruvar, I can do Singham, I can do Okadu, and I should be able to do. I'm an actor. Some are loud, some are subtle, and that's how you'll survive in this country. And I find all audience the same, and I find different genres to do. And thanks to my directors and the audience who have given me the license that you do whatever you want, we are going to watch you.
Right. I mean, you have a huge fan base, right? What are the most amazing things you've heard, or the most amazing fans you've met who've told you things that have said that you have even surprised you?
A lot of films like they still call me Challam in Tamil Nadu.
Acha.
And I'm so surprised, when the Challam, the Gilli was done, the same time as Okadu, those youngsters have not even born. But I
Right.
love the way it has carried on. And a film like Iruvar, a film like Bomarillu, a film like, Singham. I've been lucky to have been with certain iconic films, and when they call you through your character, the minute they see you, there's a big smile on their face.
Yeah.
And it's 30 years of body of work, and I'm very, very happy and proud of that journey. And I just see love everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And the directors you worked with. Some amazing guys, right?
Amazing guys, from Balachandar sir, Maniratnam to Krishna Vamshi, a lot of people, many,
Right.
many directors, Vetrimaran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been lucky because I've been in different languages that I have been able to see many rivers within me. And since I speak a lot of languages, the literature has come to me. I read poetry and I have a lot of poets and friends. So it has enriched me. And I'm so thankful that they think that I'm still relevant in their films.
What worries about you? What worries you about the India of today? The India of today. What worries you about it?
Because of its intolerance, because of the politics today, I think that's what worries me. It worries me is that we are not reimagining the future. The way the people are brainwashed and the way they can use power. See, they ask me, are you a leftist or a rightist or a centrist? I say, I'm none of them.
Yeah.
I'm coming from down to up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the downtrodden, of the people, of the voiceless people, and I'm talking about equal opportunity. It's your comfort just because I'm right wing doesn't mean I'm the leftist.
Right.
So this whole trying to label people and the sort of image you want to, a narrative you build around,
Right.
the whole idea of silencing dissent, that you don't have a right to speak against, the arm twisting, which it's very, 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 very disturbing. And at such situations, my responsibility is stand against it, not to be afraid of it, and give hope to people
Right.
that there is somebody speaking for us, because
Exactly.
everybody can't speak up.
Exactly.
They may not be as strong as I am.
Yeah.
They may not be ready to lose as much I am ready
Yeah.
to lose. So you continuously say that there is somebody who is belling the cat, not taking sides, but for the right. Yeah.
Right. But you have lost. Have you lost a lot of work? Have you lost a lot of opportunities because of your
See,
politics?
losing work and opportunity, that is what desperate cowards do.
Right.
When they can't sit and debate with you. It's okay to have a difference. But they don't want to debate you. They want to silence you. And the way to silence you is try to stop work or threaten. I tell those fellows, too late, because I am rich enough to lose.
Well said.
I am rich enough to lose. So I value for me is my integrity is more important. The truth is more important. I'm answerable because my journey, my literature, the people who have chiseled me are omnipresent in me. And I need to follow the tradition. And if you see it in this country, the great sacrifices people have made,
Absolutely.
I'm just sacrificing little money. That's okay. That's okay.
Why does the Telugu film industry not like you? It keeps banning you for some reason or the other.
That's
What's
okay.
going on there?
No, no, no. In,
And yet you do so many
in Telugu,
Telugu.
there is a line, పళ్ళున్న చెట్టుకే రాళ్ళు వేస్తారని.
What does that mean? Sorry. What does...
People throw stones at a tree which gives fruits.
Ah.
That's okay. Sometimes probably I may not have been comfortable. I wouldn't say it is only their fault. It could be my fault too. I mean, you can't clap with one hand. So there is the differences of opinions, and suddenly they think the only way to silence me or stop me or making to listen to them is banning me. They tried 8 times, but they
8
didn't
times
succeed.
they have banned you.
8. I want to do the 9th one. I don't know what I'll do. That's okay.
Maybe after today.
That's okay. There are differences. Everybody is not perfect. There will be frictions. See, I've always been an outsider everywhere. I come from Karnataka. I am a Kannadiga. Okay. My roots are from there. So wherever I work, if you see, it's not easy to work. You're always an outsider, and human beings, there is jealousy, there is uncomfortability. It is okay. It's the beautiful traits. They're all alive, and this sort of friction will happen. And I have survived it, and they have also survived it. I have yelled at them, they have yelled at me, and we are working together.
Yeah,
Life is
you're
beautiful.
still working together.
Yeah, life is beautiful.
Yeah, because they know that Prakash Raj in their movie is always a good thing.
No, it is not like that. Happens.
Right. What makes you, I know, okay, what makes you angry? Then we'll ask about what makes you happy. There must be lots of stuff that makes you happy as well.
I have, my farms make me happy, my children make me happy, my
You
theatre.
have one or more farms?
I have farms everywhere. I have one in Kodai, I have one in Chennai, I have one in Mysore, I have one in Hyderabad, because I don't have buildings in the cities.
Acha.
I want to say thank you, nature. So I'm just growing trees and to say giving back the oxygen.
No wonder you say you're rich. You can afford to lose a few rows.
That's okay. That's okay. That's what I'm fine with my life.
So what do you grow on these farms?
All my farms is my conversation with nature.
Right.
I've bought only those farms which were very bad situations. Now I have worked on the humus of it. So in Kodai, I have left many trees just the way they are, and I'm growing some avocados and pepper.
Huh?
In Hyderabad, it's mangoes. In Mysore, I have created a theatre incubating center.
Oh.
So I thought that I need to do, from my Prakash Foundation, what I have to do. The sort of exposure, the sort of horizons I saw, I thought my relevance to coming back to theatre was to give that to the next generation. So we curate place. We have a lot of youngsters where I give them a fellowship. They come.
Oh, wonderful.
And that is a place for the youngsters to have the confidence and the freedom to lose,
Right.
to experiment, to unlearn. So we have had around 8 productions now.
Oh.
We are seriously working on education as a tool in theatre as a tool in
Theatre.
education. So we have a Shala Ranga where we created a group, and we have now performed into 200 plus residential schools. And then we have 6 adopted schools where the last 6 months the theatre directors we have sent who are working on the curriculum of theatre. December we have a national seminar where I'm bringing in around 22 people who have worked for decades
Okay.
with children's theatre and literature. And by March, with all this process, we are coming out with a curriculum to tell the government and the institutions that how important theatre is as a tool in education. So there's a lot of work which is happening.
That takes you back to your role, to your roots in a way, right?
In the sense, when I was thinking that because my passion is theatre,
Yeah.
I came from theatre. So how do I go back to theatre? Will I go back as an actor? And I realized I'm not that desperate an actor to prove, or I can start a troupe. Then I realized what is my relevance in theatre today. So I bring my experience, my money, my contact for the research. So I think that way to empower a dying theatre, the poverty of theatre, of malnutrition of theatre, was where I found myself relevant.
Right.
Because finally, at the end of the day, it is your relevance on this world or a society which matters. And my relevance I have found in this organizing and being an empowering entity with my experience to the next generation. Yeah.
What are the, yeah, I think that's great. What are the things that you remember most about great people like Lankesh who were in your life, you know?
A lot of great people, who have chiseled me. It could be K. Balachandar, who actually handpicked me from wherever I was in theatre. And then one day I was acting many years later in his same film, and he said, "How dare you tell me I mentored you? It's you who have come up. You call me I mentored." I said, "No, you showed me the way. You instilled the confidence." More than the experience with Maniratnam, with Vetrimaran, more than their work, these men have showed me how a man should be, how a creator should be, and what drives them,
Yeah.
and what is their hunger for knowledge, hunger to seek,
Yeah.
hunger to, push boundaries, hunger to unlearn, hunger to be challenged. And they have inspired me personally,
Right.
working with them. Not the roles and films.
Yeah.
Roles and films happen. But these sort of lot of, like writers, like poets, for me, the sort of work I have done, there are memories which stay back with me, which
Right.
have chiseled me, which has made me unlearn, learn. I have great memories with all these people. Yeah.
I mean, you've had failures as well. You've reinvented yourself. Everyone has had that. What have those moments taught you? And have there been very dark moments?
No, 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 no. I don't see it life like that at all because I've never had a destination in my life because I think my journey has chiseled me. I'm always in transit. I'm always in transit.
Yeah, and actually, if you have so many farms, you must be going from one to the
That's
other.
okay, jokes apart. I'm always in transit. And the farms are not just farms. One is in the hills.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a different valley there. I go there and they say, they don't call it farm, they call it Namakad.
What does that mean?
Our forest, your forest.
Acha, right.
And the whole food, the sort of culture they bring in together. I go to Karnataka, I have great conversations with my fam. I have Kripakar Senani, who's a wildlife photographer who have won a Green Oscar. I have great writers, poets coming down. We have translation. I'm seeing the younger generation acting there, rehearsing there. Now at present, now there's a major play which is happening there. So there's so much of theatre in this thing. And I go to Hyderabad. I have Tanikal Bharani, other poets coming down. Every farm is a conversation for me. For me, without a conversation, a day is not good.
Right.
So I get to meet different cultures, different people, different terrains, different birds, and the conversation with the earth is so beautiful.
Right.
And everywhere I'm in transit. I'm very, very happy with my transit journey.
What are the best conversations you've had recently, or which have really moved you, or inspired you, or sort of rejuvenated you?
No, it's always regular. Like when I sit with with Kripakar Senani, who are there, they talk about the sand, they talk about the origin of the earth, they talk about science, and the drama and theatre with nature. When I sit with certain poets, nowadays we were working on, we did a play called Wounds. So we had to write on the impact of war and communal violence on the people. So the whole Manipur we had to reenact. So I could read with the team the text of what happened, Pirandello's play in the First World War, or how a great poet, Kuvempu, talked about Smashana Kurukshetram of the impact of the Second World War. Then we had Monto stories which talked about the partition of this country. Then we had 18th century, 17th century Tipu's days where a great writer talked about it. And talking about Neruda's poets' translations. I know those so many things and you just document and your eyes open up with these conversations. And this is now I'm talking about Palestinian poem. It comes suddenly out of the blue.
Yeah.
We are talking about a situation and that poem comes down. And the sort of music we are creating, the bands we are doing, and a lot of theatre groups coming. So every day there is no dearth of conversations, and life is so beautiful.
It really is. But we don't see enough of that reflected. We don't see enough kindness in society. We don't see enough love. Love is...
We don't see enough, but should we stop?
Yeah.
Somebody has to keep belling. Somebody
Yeah.
has to do it. I am so happy. Now there are around 100 actors in the last 1.5 years through Nirdiganta. I call it Nirdiganta. Digant is horizon. Nirdiganta is horizonless. So I'm seeing so many youngsters getting inspired, and through the foundation and through the theatre equipment, we had two major festivals in Mangalore and Chikmagalur. In St. Aloysius College, we had 2,000 students who came down,
Right.
and the way they got into the whole performances, the way they listened to the talks. And I think we are doing our bit to keep this to seep into this disturbed society.
Right.
Yeah.
And who knows who will
will
go
go.
on
Your
to
job-
become what?
Your job is to do something
To keep
continuously,
doing that.
to be alive
Yeah.
continuously. Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, was there a plan when you contested the elections? Was there a plan for you to do something if you had won, or what
Electoral
was
politics,
the
I knew I would lose the election. But the point is just
Why-
because-
why did you
no,
know that?
Because you don't win elections that easily.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
different
not
game.
so simple.
So I wanted to know it. So I took a break for 7 months. I went in, talked to the people, but traveling to the slums, traveling to the city, traveling to the infrastructure, understanding this regional, this massive national parties of Congress and BJP, their vote banks. You know, I could get in the first-hand information personally. And that was very important for me. And I wanted to go through it because when I'm an actor, I go through a script.
Yeah.
And I need to experience it. I need to experience the heat, the travel, the people, the talk, the communication. And I wanted to do it, and I did it. And I have won.
For you,
Yes,
you won.
yes.
What were the things that I think we can?
That's okay.
Uh, what was the most surprising thing for you in that journey? Was there things that you learned about people that surprised you, or
I don't blame people. It is not the people. In this present political scenario, it is how they manipulate the elections.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking only about EVMs.
yeah.
How they create narratives.
The
how
narrative,
they brainwash. And how we also, 50% doesn't vote at all.
Yeah.
You have to educate people
To vote.
also. So there's a lot of other things to be done. It has been done for the last, since the independence.
Right.
It's been pushed into that rut. It will take time.
Right.
There are a lot of other equations. And I could know it in the first hand. And now
Right.
I knew that whatever I do may not be corrected in my lifetime, but I will be known for being a process in that evolution.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think it was wonderful to talk to you. I wish we could have a longer conversation, but the conversations that you are having sort of come through. So it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prakash Raj Garu. Thank you so much. I now call upon Dhruba Mukherjee, Director, ABP Network, to please come up onto the stage and felicitate Mr. Prakash Raj.